Yeah, very. I got You ready? You back to normal? Yeah.
All right, it is March the 2nd, 2026, 5:45 PM. We're gonna call this finance committee meeting to order. Present are council members Barker, Cost, Jute, and Marmee. First item, we do not have balances this evening. I did not receive those. So we're just gonna go straight to our first resolution. It is a request for appropriation in the amount of $2,735,953.24.
Good evening. Two projects here. So these are borrowed funds from loans. So it's basically a memo expense that we'll borrow the money. This is the reimbursement. The 4th Street project, which is the 89,303.69, is the 4th Street sewer separation project. This is the final change order for that project, so we need a little bit more money. We've got a change order going through with Ohio EPA right now. We'll get that approved. But this is the additional money that we need within our budget to help fund it. The $2,646,000, that is for the 16 North project. So during that project, this is getting ready to kick off here this month. We have construction management services with our design folks that when changes come up, they can redesign things, they can help us with submittals, with contractor information that comes up that helps respond with those. So very, very common for all of our projects. So this is just the appropriation to get Hazen and Sawyer at the contract for that work.
Very good. Have a motion by Barker. Second by Cost. Any questions and or discussion? Since you mentioned the 16 North sewer separation was the legislation that we passed from the last, was that sufficient? And we get that all straightened out
tonight under emergency.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
It was just through committee.
So I spoke with Ohio EPA last Thursday. They're expecting the paperwork tomorrow. So if it passes council tonight, I'll get them everything. The loan will be, the loan was approved last Thursday. But we have to now submit all the information they requested tomorrow, and then we'll move forward with all the paperwork. So,
Very good.
Yep.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor send this on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same pattern, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $10,000.
Good afternoon. We were very fortunate to now be partners of Licking County Foundation. And they have given us a grant for home court in the amount of $10,000 to be used for administrative costs and costs for participants that aren't necessarily covered by services. So we're asking that be appropriated into a fund so we can put it to good use. We're looking at creating cruiser cards for officers so they have access to the resources that we use for home court in case they need it. Purchases like that to help with the program and help with officers and administrators.
I have a motion by Barker. Second by Cost. Any questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor send us on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 4-0. And I need to correct my original, the original vote was 4-0. I forgot we only had 4 members this evening. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And with that, the finance committee meeting stands adjourned. Next up is streets.
Chief, can you get, is Councilman Buddhist? Yeah.
I will call the Streets Committee to order. Committee members present, Newman, that is myself, Labutus, Ingold, Blind, Barker, and Marmy. There is one item up for discussion, ordinance number 26-10, an ordinance vacating a portion of a 16-foot wide alley is shown on the plat of the rural edition as recorded on plat book 3, page 223 of Licking County plat records. Said alley is located between Sirocco Avenue and Daniel Avenue, east of Quarry Street. Mr. Moorhead, do you want to speak to that?
Sure, I will. This is a request that came in from the adjacent property owners wishing to vacate that small portion of alley there. And we sent it around to review by our site plan review committee, which is police, fire, water, sewer, street department, all pertinent city departments, and there were no objections to this vacation. So generated the ordinance and would ask that you pass it on to council.
Great, thank you. With that, I'll accept the motion. Labutus, is there a second?
Second.
One, any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to thank the Energy Cooperative, pointedly Chase to do working so hard on this vacation. We've been working on this for over a year. And they've been very generous, to restore that portion back to the citizens, so they can indeed make improvements on their own properties. So the Energy Cooperative has just been great, and so my thanks go out to them for this. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Mr. Ricker?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm glad Mrs. Blind brought that up. I did not connect that. I'm gonna have to abstain from voting.
Is there any other discussion? All right, we will take a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and abstention from Barker, so that'll be 5 yeas and 1 abstention. And that will pass on to council.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is our only item, so this meeting is now concluded.
Yes, sir.
That makes up for all the other vacation.
Yeah.
That much for vacation.
Yeah.
How can you do that? Yeah. Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna call this service committee meeting to order. Present are council members Neely, Cost, Blind, Shute, and Barker. First up, we're gonna consider ordinance number 26-11, an ordinance annexing certain territory generally described as being approximately 0.9 acres, more or less, located in Newark Township to the city of Newark, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Who's speaking on this?
No. This is on, off of Virgil Avenue.
Moorhead.
All right. This is a single parcel, up on Myrtle Avenue that's, came to us from, Attorney Connie Klima. She's representing the owner on this, and, I believe the, main reason is that, the property owner should have, sewer and water service in the future. I'm sorry, not Myrtle Avenue, Goose Pond Road.
Great, thank you. And what's the reason for the emergency clause? Is it a contract timeline?
I believe,
There's deadlines.
yeah, the deadlines, to
Okay.
the type of annexation that it is.
Okay. All right. Somebody want to entertain a motion? Motion by Shu or Neely, thank you, sorry. Second by Blind. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of sending this on to full council, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. That passes 5-0. Thank you. Next up is a update from our water administrator, Brandon Fox. Brandon, take it away.
Good evening again. We've got a few project updates. I know it was here in December, but some things have progressed, so I wanted to be here to address some things, and just answer any questions that might be out there. So first off, 16 North Sewer Separation Project, phase 1. Heard me just say that, but the loan is being approved as we speak. That project's getting ready to kick off. Has to be completed by July of 2028, so the contractor is ready to go. A couple of things that are going to be early on in the project is tree removal is number one. So we've got about 80 to 90 trees that are going to be removed as part of this project. And the trees have to be removed by, or taken down before April 1st due to the Indiana bat season. After April 1st to October 1st, we can't take those trees down. So we're working diligently to get them under contract so they can get in here the 3rd or 4th week of March and get those trees taken down. Most of those trees in phase 1, there's a couple on Mount Vernon Road, but most of those are on Mile Road, Jefferson, and those 4 side streets, west of Mount Vernon Road. So if you live in that area, we're gonna be marking those trees. They'll be putting, pink orange tape on them. So you will see it. If you see it in front of your property and you have a question about it, by all means, reach out to our water office and we can help, send somebody out to talk to you about it. The trees are gonna be taken down because, of the impact of the sewer. We are doing a complete, excavation sidewalk to sidewalk. So the concern was, if we go digging through those root balls, and don't take them down proactively in 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years, there's a high, percentage that they will die on the road. So we're taking them down. We don't want to have dead trees in 5 years that we have to deal with. We also have a replacement program as part of this project that some folks, if you want a tree replaced back in your front yard, we've got 4 or 5 varieties that our design folks have put together that are a good variety of tree for the application. It won't be in the tree line, it will be behind the sidewalk, so that we don't have big root balls that are pushing up the sidewalks and getting into our sewers and streets in the future. So I would also been cooperating. We've got a memorandum of understanding with Dolls, and Dolls is actually helping us through that process as well. So, but that would be, if you don't want a tree in your front yard, we won't put one back, but we do have the opportunity to do that if folks want. Downspout disconnection. So again, the entire reason for this project is to remove stormwater from our sanitary sewers, right? And so we've identified through the design process, we've identified a large portion of customers that have downspouts that the rainwater coming off of their roofs and their properties go into our current combined sewer system. So we are going to be working with customers on the private side to remove those downspouts from the sewer. We'll be cooperating. We've identified, I think, 60 or 70 homes that have those connected. We'll be working with the owner to gain access onto the property, and then they will basically remove the downspout from where it goes into the ground. They'll plug that, half that, and then either add a splash block onto their sidewalk, or onto the street, or onto their grass area. So just be aware that that'll be happening. So if somebody from the city or a contractor from Breezy knocks on your door, that's what they're probably looking to do.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
So on this, all that work, are we paying for that or is it on the top of
The city will pay for it as part of the project.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
Good question. Yeah, so the flyer you see in front of you is what we put together. We'll be able to hand out to the customers and kind of show them what we're expecting to do. Happy to share that with council or other members that see it to share with your constituents.
Are you gonna do the same? I mean, you've got some already identified, but we, like the lead line service program, same kind of campaign.
Yeah, so through the design, we did a lot of dye testing on the sewer, and they would put dye down down the downspout. And if it came out in our sewer, we know it's connected.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll run into some that we don't know, that we didn't know were there.
Right.
So we'll address those as we go along.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Brick streets. So brick streets was another conversation that we had a lot of discussion on as we went through the design of this project. We've got 7 brick streets, Rub, Fairfield, Kibler, North, Elizabeth, and Charles Street are currently brick streets. Throughout the design, we debated back and forth on whether to replace those with brick streets or to asphalt them. The decision was made to asphalt them after construction. So the reason being, the main driver behind that was economics. So it was going to be about $2.5 million on the project cost to put brick streets back. However, we are, as you see in your exhibits, we've got a couple of intersections that we've shown. We are putting a lot of the intersections back, like Rub, I think it's Fairfield and Woods, the one that I showed you on my first page. We're gonna put brick in the intersections. So it kind of will continue to have that historic feel as the brick streets do now, but it won't be a full brick street. So just spread the word on that so that folks are aware of that. There's pros and cons to both. But throughout the discussion we had with a lot of folks, we made the decision to move forward with asphalting those brick streets back. Traffic control. We're gonna be impacting the main north-south corridor through the city, right? When we get on the Mount Vernon Road from St. Clair up to Quentin. So we do have detours planned, but that Mount Vernon Road will be shut down, plus all the side streets intermittently. So hopefully the customers will be able to communicate with them as best we can. We'll give folks 48 hours notice minimum. We'll hang door tags if they're going to be impacting their parking in front of their business or their house. So by all means, reach out to our office, our water office, and we'll come out, meet with you and then try to address concerns as they come up, because they will. No issues will come up and we'll address them in a timely manner. But wanted folks to be aware of that. Happy to answer any. That's the big ticket things that are gonna happen in the short term. I'll keep you updated as we go along. But any questions on that project in general?
So any questions? Michelle,
Yeah, so as,
Michelle, why don't you go ahead and come up here so it's on the record?
So as 7th Ward representative, I'm gonna get to experience this firsthand. I live on Fairfield. So, I'll be kind of in the first batch that's going through here. And recognizing now that the trees are going to come down prior to the deadline of April 1st. This may sound a little bit mushy, but with the coming of spring, it is a big deal in our neighborhood, right? I know it's emotional for me to know that all of the trees are gonna be coming down in our neighborhood. Is there going to be written correspondence that goes out to our neighbors before that happens, or can I work with you guys? I will go door to door and put stuff on people's doors. Because I can tell you it will be an emotional response about, even though some folks know it's coming, a lot aren't in the know and aren't aware that it's happening. Is there something we can do communication wise, maybe where we could work together to notify the neighbors that this is going to be happening, because this is a really big deal for us. It's a fundamental change to our neighborhood. So that's just kind of my question.
It's a great question. First off, not all the trees are coming down. So we're not taking every tree down. It's just the impacted trees. So we've got exhibits to show, all the trees and the ones that we are going to be taking down. But absolutely, be happy to share any of our maps. We've got maps with red dots of which trees are coming down. We can share that with you folks and distribute it however best needed. And truly understand, we've had discussions about the trees. The second phase of this project, starting in 2028, 29, to be on Hudson Avenue. Those are large mature trees that it's going to impact. Some really good, some are bad. We can argue all day long whether it's right or wrong, and somebody will say I want it down, and somebody says they don't. But happy to share and meet with folks that we need to kind of spread the information. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of share on the record, so it's here, I'll make sure that I follow up, just especially for the first few streets that are gonna be impacted with the tree removal, because a lot of ours on Fairfield are in that little thoroughfare that's right there that's going to have to be removed. Hudson's pretty well organized with the Historic Hudson Association. They've had a lot of meetings, have been great coming in and talking to them. For a lot of our side streets, they aren't necessarily affiliated and haven't been privy to those conversations, so I just really want to make sure that their communication with them. So I'll get with you this week and see if we can come up with something, and I'll help go door to door just to let people know what's going on. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do that. And absolutely, what I mentioned earlier, they'll be marking the trees prior to them coming down. So they'll be putting red flags or pink flags around them. So if you see one, you got a question about it, why is this one coming down, reach out to us. We'll be happy to come out and talk and talk to it. Yeah, great question.
I kind of know some of those areas really well.
You name the record for the. address.
Michelle Bullen Smith, 237 Violet Court. I've been very involved in some of those sections through the years, and I did have a question about, for instance, the brick streets. A lot of those streets were very narrow. They were actually designed for horses at one point. And it seems like putting brick in the middle somehow is going to make parking and that sort of thing even worse than it is. What way are you planning on doing that without making traffic more difficult? I know at the corner of, for instance, Hudson and North Street, there was an attempt to do a roundabout and it failed miserably. It wouldn't work with buses and trucks and all with Owens Corning. So that was the question. And I'm hoping, I guess I have to turn into a question. In terms of the trees, that area is very fond of its gardens. So I hope that the city is going to do this in such a way that is going to be considerate of the people there. And I'm curious as to what way you're going to do that. And thank you.
Thanks. So I think one thing real quick, Brandon, I think you might be misunderstood. There's not gonna be like a brick medians down the center. It's just, and if you wanna come up here, you can. I can show you this, or Brandon's got them. He can show you, it's just a brick.
And is that kind of like Randall's doing with some pieces of brick by the crossroads?
Flat, it's right.
Yeah,
You might want to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's similar to what Graham was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's drivable. It's not gonna be a hindrance on it.
It's not a raised intersection. It's still flat. It's just, instead of asphalt, it'll be there.
But I get that. I've been watching other cities. Thank you.
Thanks.
Question.
Any other questions? Brandon, thank you very much for the updates. We appreciate it. You have one more? All right.
Lead service line project.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been up here a lot speaking to this. This is your final notice to all customers that need to hear it. We have replaced, we're on lead service line project number 7. since 2022, and we replaced about 3,200 services to date. We've got about 4,500 more to go. We have been knocking on the door, our contractors have been knocking on the doors, trying to get customers that we know have galvanized service lines, a replacement free of charge. If we knock on your door 4 times, we'll be walking away after that. So we are getting ready to send a notice out to about 1,200 customers that we've attempted 4 times. And now or 3 times, this will be your 4th attempt. After that time, if you receive a mailer or an email that says, you know, contact us, big yellow flag, and gives you a QR code that you need to reach out to us. After that 4th attempt, we will no longer be contacting you. So that's per Ohio EPA. And any future service issues to have with your service line will be the responsibility of the homeowner to repair. So it's a $4,000 or $5,000 free water line that we're providing free of charge to the residents. So happy to do it, but you know, we can only do it so many times, and after that 4th attempt, we're going to be walking away. So spread the word.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it, Brandon. And with that, this service committee meeting stands adjourned. Full council will start at 7 o'clock.